Just moments ago, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said Washington is, quote, basically running out of time to reach a deal on averting the fiscal cliff. But our chief Washington correspondent Peter Cook standing by on the Hill with a more optimistic senator. Peter?
I'm joined by the Senate Budget Committee Chairman Ken Conrad, the Democrat from North Dakota. You've been seeing what's played out today. We've had Republicans and Democrats again at each other. What's happening right now?
Well, there's the usual back and forth, the fighting that goes on here. But at the same time, I think there are fruitful negotiations going on behind the scenes. And I remain optimistic that we can get an agreement.
We had the Speaker of the House on the floor today at 12 p.m. saying, listen, the president needs to get serious about spending cuts. I thought we were past that at this point.
You know, we're not going to be past that, I don't think, until next week. I think there has to be a certain amount of this public posturing, public placement, if you will, of a position before we get down to actually unveiling a potential agreement.
And that potential agreement, in your mind, what's it going to look like?
Well, what I'm hopeful for is that it is a big agreement on the range of $4 trillion over 10 years that resolves all of the key outstanding issues. What's the revenue going to be like? What the spending levels are going to be?
$1 trillion or more in revenue? Do you think that's where we're going to end up?
Yes, I do. I think well north of $1 trillion in revenue. Remember,
not the president's 1.6?
Well, I would hope for 1.6, but it'll probably be hopefully as close to that. Remember, Bowles-Simpson, on a fair comparison basis, was well over $2 trillion. I also think we're going to have a chance to deal with the alternative minimum tax. Otherwise, it's going to affect 30 million people next year. And the doc fix. Otherwise, doctors who treat Medicare patients are going to take a 27 or 28% cut. So all of these things should be put together, coupled with the debt limit. And the only way you get all of them done is if you go big. Both sides negotiate up instead of negotiating down. Don't go to a small deal. Go to the larger deal that really resolves these matters for the next several years.
Resolves these matters, but you know the clock is ticking here. There are folks out in the markets right now who think you guys aren't going to get this done.
Look, I remain pretty optimistic that this can be done. The thing I worry about is that the groups on the left and the right get organized and try to kill any deal just because they don't want to change anything.
Are you seeing that happen right now?
Yeah, absolutely. When you're borrowing 31 cents of every dollar, you got to actually make some decisions around here. A lot of the groups on the left and the right, the special interest groups, they don't want to change anything. And we have to make some changes for the country to advance.
All right, Senator Ken Conrad, the Democrat of North Dakota, retiring Democrat from North Dakota. Watching this play out, Mark, the Fiscal Cliff negotiations, the saga continues here on the Hill.
Peter Cook, Senator Conrad, thank you both so much.